Now that the easiest boss in the game is over, let's continue on. Sincerely, he's the easiest boss. I don't even know why they made that possible. They just did. I couldn't begin to tell you. But for now, I'm gonna work on getting some fire arrows, and that requires waiting for the sun here, so I'm gonna wait for it to show up, and then when it shows up, I'll let you guys know. I'll show you guys what to do, rather. While we wait for that sun, I'm gonna work on getting some magic, because I used all of it. And there we go. Got some magic back. So we're going to run on back here. So our next mission here is going to be getting the adult half of both the spirit and the shadows done. I've already gotten the stuff needed for the adult half. I just need to get the warp song. And then for the spirit half, I need to do the whole Gerudo section. So I'll be doing that. And then ideally, I'd like to get the child sections done as well in this video. We'll see how long it takes. And then after that, we'll see. I may be able to do a dungeon. I may not. We'll see. But I will be doing them in the traditional order of Shadow first, then Spirit. There we go. So you have to shoot the sun as it comes up. If you shoot it any later than that, it doesn't work. At least as far as I know. And so now we have access to the fire arrows. That's just a clue about getting them. Alright, so now we're going to head on over to the Spirit and Shadow areas. So Shadow is actually located inside of Kakariko Village, and Spirit is located over in Gerudo Desert. A lot of the reasons why Spirit is last is simply because Spirit is Ganondorf's home base, so to speak. And so it feels fitting to do his home base, but it is completely possible to do them out of order. It's one of the few that are, I believe, fully intended to be out of order. While we're here, I'm going to talk to the Scarecrow here and see if I can't get his song, or at least make sure I still have it. So I'm going to go back to the green tunic here. Now we're a little closer to Gerudo, so I'm going to do that one first. Kakariko, all I have to do is enter it, and that's done. Alright, so we can make this jump with Epona here. And then from there, we're going to go ahead on in. It's kind of nice that it's nighttime. So from here, we basically just got to traverse that fortress and find the prisoners. That should give us the Gerudo card, which will let us get out of here. So we're going to head to this entrance on the far left. That should be the first one here. And he's going to tell us about having a lot of guts to make it here, and I believe he tells us about the other carpenters, and then he gets a little scared. Watch out! Again, I'm aiming at their feet. Same reason for the Stalfos. They have a harder time blocking it. Oh, she was about to try to hit me with the a move that can actually instantly knock you out. I don't really have to talk to them, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that, because I don't remember if that's necessarily required for the Gerudo card that I'm after. Alright, so now we're going to try to sneak past this one here. Nope, wrong way. We're just going to go on up. Alright, so this is the next one here. So I'm going to show you kind of a different way you can just constantly attack. They have a harder time kind of dealing with that. And eventually you'll just get through their defenses enough times. And that's what happens if they hit you with that attack. But what are we going to do? We're going to escape, of course. If I can, like, aim correctly, that'd be great. Alright, and here we go. Alright, make it up here. I should be able to get to this chest. We're gonna go ahead and get the item in here. It's not really important, but it'd be kind of nice to have. That's not what I was trying to do, but that works. I was really hoping to save this guy for last, but it's okay. This guy's a little hard to get out away from, at least back out of the cell here. I don't want to get caught by the other guard. And there we go. So you do a little more strategic stabbing. It's another way of fighting them. And then there's a third way, or yeah, third way. Then that third way is actually going to be using Deku Nuts. Just best to wait for the scar to come back. Oh, she's still unconscious. They do wake up eventually. But I guess she just didn't feel like it today. Alright, so now that we got up here, go backflip down. Not roll into that guard, that'd be great, thank you. Refight this guard. And there we go. Just kind of alternating attacks and the Deku Nut will make it so they just have to block every single time. They don't really get a chance to do anything. This little dance routine that they do is kind of funny. If this were made now, this should probably become like a TikTok dance or something. At least for 5 minutes. Alright, and this should be the last one. One thing I haven't tried fighting these guys with is using spin attacks only, so I'm kind of curious how that's going to work out. Oh, got me. I'll meet you guys back here. Come on, Link, spin. There we go. Spin attack's not too bad when they get stuck in a wall. Alright. Now we got this over with. My question is, how do they get out? Link gets a Gerudo card. So he can go through. How did the carpenters get through? So this Gerudo here is a little special. She's wearing green right now, and some of you may know this. Now she's wearing red and blue. And now she's wearing the color of explosives. And just to show you, it's not a light from that. Boom. It's super weird why that happens. I have no idea. Alright, but now that I have the Gerudo card, I can go this way. I think it's somebody up here we have to talk to, or maybe that was her down there. I can't remember. We'll see. Whoops, I skipped over. Basically, she talks about 2 trials. Essentially, one about crossing a river of sand, and another one about traversing the infinite wasteland. I don't remember specifically. Oop. Let me speak to her again, and this time not skip through it. Nope. Had a backflip off. Alright, but she starts talking about eyes that can see the truth, and she's talking about the eye of the lens of truth. And so we're going to go out this way. Now, I don't have the lens of truth. It's not optional, but it is. If you know what you're doing, and you know where you're at, and you know the pathing and everything, you can ignore it. Now, I don't know all that off the top of my head. But what I do have is power save states, and so that'll let me kind of get through here. Now, we're looking for flag. There's... And we just gotta go from pole to pole. If you step outside from the poles, then you just get teleported back. And so the first thing we're looking for is a building. Once we find the building, we know we're about there. So this is a salesman in the desert. He sells, I believe it's bomb shoes. Alright, so now that I've gone here, what you're supposed to do is there's like a ghost, and you follow the ghost. They're invisible though. So we're gonna do it this way. I'm gonna kind of follow a little guide here. Alright, so... I'm kind of following a guide here. Alright, so I had to follow a map there, but got through here. I'll probably montage a whole lot of that. But yeah, you don't actually need it. Again, I didn't know it very well, but it is entirely possible. It's not hard to do. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and get the last fairy upgrade for the game, at least for a while. So as for my favorite dungeon, it's actually going to be the Shadow Dungeon. It's not even this dungeon here, but this used to be my favorite dungeon a long time ago. I don't know what made me not like it as much. It's a really cool dungeon, but the Shadow one is just kind of my favorite. The Fire Dungeon has the best music. Shadow Dungeon is the best in my opinion. The second best has got to be this dungeon here. The Spirit Dungeon. Then it's probably Forest, and then Water. As for the Child Dungeons, I don't rank them with the adults just because of how different they are. Child is definitely Deku's first, then Jabu, and then the Dongo's Cavern. Alright, so the spell that we just got here is called Nehru's Love. It defends you against incoming attacks. Now, if you'll notice, all of them have the name of a goddess. So, Den, Feiru, and Nehru. Feiror and Nehru, I'm not sure how they pronounce it. Now, to get what you need from this here, you really just need to go in and walk back out. And that'll activate this cutscene. And we're met by Sheik again, and there's the owl. So you can tell that this is definitely required. Sheik is also generally required. Anytime you see Sheik. Once again, though, I don't think we're going to find out their identity. Who knows? Maybe they'll finally let Link get nearby. Now we're going to get the portal song. That's just kind of what Sheik does, generally. Gives you the portal song. Now let's just teleport here as Child, which is going to be a massive part of what we need to complete this dungeon. Because the Child will be able to enter and actually help do things in there. Now, if you notice, you wouldn't have noticed because I didn't do anything, but there's a block in there that you can't move on one side, and Adult can't enter crawl spaces, and there's a crawl space on the other side. And that's all you can do in there. Minus glitches, it's about all you can do is walk back out. So that's why they set this cutscene that way. I didn't show that necessarily. I'll show it a little more when I'm a Child. And gone. Didn't let him near. But a little closer. Alright, so now we gotta teleport. It's really the best way to get out of here. And we're gonna do the Bolero fire here. Down A, up, down, up. Oh, right down. And the reason why we're gonna do that is just because that gets us over near Kakariko Village, where we need to go next. Sorry about that, guys. My daughter woke up here, so you might see some weird cropping. I'm not putting her face on blast here. Alright, so we're gonna go here, and this just gets us really close to Kakariko Village. You can see a little timer there. That's what would happen when we enter without any sort of protection from fire. We're gonna head on over here. Alright, so we're just gonna head through Goron Village. Actually, there's a faster way of doing all this. There we go. Alright, there we go. We're going up here. We're gonna exit. We're heading over to Kakariko Village. Alright, so I forgot we need one more requirement here, so we're gonna go to the Temple of Light and then come back. Or Temple of Time. Or not. Actually, you can just turn around. My bad. So something quite invisible is attacking. So interesting side note, this place where the cutscene takes place is functionally identical to Kakariko Village, except that there's something like one tree different. There's an extra tree in this village in the cutscene version. No idea why it's there. But yeah, it's just in there, chilling, I guess. And again, I apologize. You'll probably see some weird editing of some sort, potentially like a blocked face, just to kind of prevent my daughter's face from being there. I don't want to put her face on the internet until she's old enough to give that permission. But now that we're done with that, we're going to head on over to Prelude of Light. And that'll be every warp song in the game, and we'll have done a lot of the child stuff, or a lot of the beginnings of the child stuff. This will be the first time we're returning back to Castletown. Now we're back in the Temple of Time here, and we're going to go to the back here and listen to yet another cutscene. Head back. Alright, so now that we've learned that Prelude of Light, we can come back here anytime. That'll let us, as you heard or read, return the sword, go back in time. So now we're going to become Child. And then from there, we got some stuff we're going to work on. So we essentially have two mini dungeons we're going to work on. And the first one I'm going to do is bottom of the well. Left, right, A, left, right, down. Now, I don't know all that off the top of my head. Now, casually speaking, this is the only way to get into this, the Shadow Temple. Playing the warp song, going through that way, but that is not where we're going. Avoid the hole. We are actually going to go this way and go in here. Talk to this guy. Now, way back, I think it was like the second episode, I went in here as an adult, got this song. And if you talked to Guru at that time, he said something about a kid coming in here and playing that song. That was a hint for you to come back in here and play that song. Sorry, my mic keeps peaking a little bit. So, the whole point of that was to let you know to come in here and do exactly this. Play the song, it drains the well, and we're going to go down there. Alright, so if I were to speak to him, he'd be really upset and everything. So we're just gonna go outside and go down that well. And down we go. Now we have one objective. Really need it, but again, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. It's just the Lens of Truth. It does make some parts easier, but not necessarily required. Alright, so we're gonna kill him. Go through here. Now, as child, we don't have access to everything we did. But we can get some stuff, or use some stuff rather, that we got even as adult, such as the magic spells. Now the whole point of this is that we gotta go find the mini boss, kill him, and that's pretty much it. And one of these is a fake wall, I promise. This place is just full of tricks. Such as that. Not being a key. And if I walk straight through there, I would fall. And we're gonna play this song because it's connection to the royal family. Let me adjust my camera a little bit. Dang. Some bombs. This place is just full of tricks. Fall down this. Instantly regret life. Alright, so we're about to fight or face probably one of the worst areas in the game. It's very annoying. Well, we're down here. We'll go ahead and get this. Okay, this will be pretty helpful. Map. Kind of say it looks like a little re-dead hand. That's not by accident. Normally that guy's a little more of a pain, so I guess I just got lucky. And I think I'm missing one somewhere. Alright, so now we can go down here. If I remember correctly, there's something like 4 keys and 4 places to go or something like that. We're just kind of looking for keys, not spiders. Oh, actually, we don't even need a key to go here. Alright, so now we're going to face probably the most terrifying enemy. Oh, dang it. Oh, he's coming back up anyways. I've done quite a lot of damage to him, so hopefully this will kill him. He hits me. And there we go, got him killed. And he is going to drop the item, so we actually don't need any keys. And we can just portal on out of here. We don't have any other reason to be down here. And so we're going to go straight into the Spirit Temple to go ahead and get his aspect. And then from there, I'll turn to Adult and we'll head on back. Almost did the wrong one. Whoops. Whoops. Now, I don't know all that off the top of my head. Now, if you were doing a 100% route, you would be going back and forth through time a lot. You would be going back and forth areas, you'd be warping a lot more. Because I'm only doing the basic route, this will probably be the last time we become child. So if you like this form, I'm sorry, but say goodbye to it already, since we're done in here. Immediately try to get killed by pots. Alright, so that is the block I was talking about earlier. Link cannot push that, even in adult form. And so now we have somebody here looking inside the hole. Now, they're not there in the future. I think I picked the wrong one. Oh, it's nothing really. Whoops. I forgot. This one's hyper specific. Most of the time it doesn't matter. So this is Noboru. If you remember before, she is the leader of the Gerudo. And then Ganondorf, the one at the very beginning of the game, and then we also fought in the Forest Temple, kind of, is their leader. He's the male born once every 100 years. And as you can see, there's silver gauntlets. And this is basically just saying, even if you're a little kid, even after having the silver gauntlets, you can't use them. And she says, I'll do something great for you. But I remember to bring it up. It implies a lot. Alright, so now we're going to kill all the enemies in this room. And these guys are ones we haven't really fought yet. Because I've mostly been avoiding them. Invincibility frames. Now, ordinarily, you can't do things this way, but I have magic spells, so I will be doing things. I'll be hitting those from over here. Anyways. I'm just trying to get some heart. There you go, and away we go. This will leave, yeah, leads to a locked door. Okay, so we need to go through the other door, and we should be able to go around, get that treasure chest that I just knocked down. He's kind of stuck backwards. Take advantage. And as you can see, they kind of float. All right, so now that we've taken care of him, kind of anticlimactically, there we go, try to hit that. There we go. This should just be some items. And this being intended to be the last dungeon in the game is far more difficult. You'll see even the pots hate us. Now this guy can only be killed by fire. He will actually follow your moves, and then that would actually ignite fire. Remember the floor masters from before? Well, we're not going to fight them. Not deal with it. So we are going to quickly kind of go through this. Try to go through this pretty quickly. Anyways, there's not a whole lot to the child side of anything. There we go. You still continue to hear that spider sound. That's a Skull Scotilla behind us. Not worried about him. If that hits it. Nope. There we go. That opens that up. You notice I'm kind of avoiding the center of the room. There are a lot of good reasons, but there's some enemies to fight. If you don't, then you can hear them coming out. And this is the main central chamber of the whole dungeon. But as a kid, we won't be in here for very long. Our whole purpose is to go up here. You'll see a heck of a lot more of that later. Pull him up. Whoops. There we go. Can't remember which part's required. I think it's just the sun. That could be the rupees as well. The sun may be only required for the extra item in this room, which is not. Does not matter. Something to note, you'll see that half moon sickle thing. That is the Gerudo symbol, and you'll have noticed it on most of the boxes placed throughout the game, especially the ones in dungeons. My personal theory is that Ganondorf just really loves boxes and was just placing them everywhere because he's a little bit of a child. Okay, so it is required. Okay. There we go. Whoops. Got a little close. I want to try something I've not tried before. I never think to try it. I'm gonna hit none. Nice. Alright, so let's go and try this. This is why I saved the one stick. Not gonna make it. Come on. Alright, now that we got that. Straight up missed the box, apparently. Now this guy is incredibly difficult. It is entirely possible I die to him. Yep. It is entirely possible I die to him. Alright, now that I've made it back. Oh, the 360 no-scoped me. These guys are called Iron Knuckles. And you can just cheese the heck out of them. I don't know how that hit me. Break his heart. You can see they kind of can be hit a little more easily when they have no armor. There's so much damage they lose armor and then they die after so much more after that. And after this, we're going to go to a good cutscene. Alright, so as you saw, the brewer gets captured. We have the Silver Gauntlets, and we are going to go back and become adult. That is the last part of ever being a child. I need to look up the song. I don't know why I didn't play that last note. Emulators are weird. Alright, so at the very end of this video, we're going to warp to the Shadow Temple, and then from there, we'll end the video because I'll do the Shadow Temple and hopefully the Temple of Time all in one video next time, and then we'll tackle Ganondorf and all those really long cutscenes in the next one, and finishing it out. So pulling the sword again will send us forward in time. That was pretty implied about us going backwards in time. You want to go back and forth in time, hence the hero of time. So you're supposed to light all these torches to be able to enter. Only way to really do that is through this magic power. It's just kind of their way of making you get it. I think technically it is possible to do it via stick and everything, but I don't know. But now we are in the Shadow Temple, guys, so I will see you all in the next episode when we will tackle the Shadow Temple and hopefully the Spirit Temple immediately after that. Y'all have a good one. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe down below. Check out other playthroughs I did both solo and with others. And remember to keep enjoying life. I'll see you all in the next one. See ya. Up, right, left, up. Give me a second to remember it. Oh, that's the wrong one. For some reason I thought that was Spirit. A down, A down. A down, A. Right down, A. Now that we've married Fish Lady, time to go on and move on. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is I'm actually going to get fire arrows here. They kind of require waiting though. We'll give it some waiting time here. I'm going to redo that in Luna. Just remove all this.